Hi, my name is Shobha. Today I'm going to show you how to make laundry or wash bags for National Health Service or frontline services or healthcare workers for them to put their uniforms in to bring home to wash. So at the moment we are in a social isolation where we're all sort of working from home, and I'm using materials that I've already got or they have been donated to me. Very kind people out there who've been donating lots of materials and items, buttons, etc., for our projects. And now there's been quite a demand for the bags, the wash bags, because the health workers need to take their uniforms off at hospital and bring them back home to wash, or perhaps elsewhere to wash. But there is a need, there is a demand. We're making hundreds and hundreds of bags. Seva UK has donated, I think, nearly 300 bags to local hospitals and so on. So today I'm going to be making how to make a drawstring wash bag for Seva UK. Let's get started. So first of all, your end bag, this is what it will look like. So it will measure, the finished bag will measure 25 inches down and 22 inches across. It'll have a cord at the end to pull, and the edging, the little tunnel opening will be like this, with the edging nicely finished off there with the seams going across in like a U-turn. So let's get started and making these bags. I hope you get inspired by my tutorial, and I do apologize, I do have to move about a little bit because my iron is over there, my machine's here, and my bits and pieces are all over the place a little bit. I'm not used to making videos, so this is a new experience for me as well. So before we get started, these are the measures. I haven't got a fancy sort of a lettering I can do on the video, so this is all handwritten at the moment. So if you can see, this is how I cut it. This is my sample bag. So it's one long length. It's 53 inches. If this was material, this would be 53 inches across, and folded it would be 26 and a half inches. Yes. And then the other bit we've got is the top where the cord goes. So what I've done is I've folded about a ½ inch there, and then folded it again to make the little tunnel on both sides here. So this is our little sample, if you like. The ready bag is 25 inches by 22 inches. Let me show you there. Yeah. So these are the measurements I'm using. And the cord I'll be using is again 53 inches in length. So let's get started. You can actually shoot this just to get the measurements if you like. So I've cut a long material, folded it in two, and then this is how we're going to make our bag. Okay, right. I've got some material that I have already cut out here. I'm going to iron them, iron this material and iron all the seams and so on, so in preparation. And something else I will show you a bit later on as well. So let's get back to my iron, and let me adjust the camera a little bit. Hopefully, yeah, I can see my iron there. Hopefully I don't trip on the wires and things. Working from home is a little bit difficult with everybody walking in and out. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side. So what I've done is I'm going to fold ½ an inch from the top. Let me just measure it. I've got the tape measure, feeling like a proper tailoress today. About ½ an inch from there, from the top. and then I'm folding over an inch, so on all sides, so on this side and on this side. So if you stretch, you can more or less get the same things. Just double measure that it's all the same in the middle and everything. And this is done on both sides of the material, so on this side as well. So these are joined up. So just for demonstration, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So half an inch there, I'm going to iron it there to make a sort of crease, so I know what to follow, the material doesn't slip. Again, I'm going to turn over and press 1 inch from top to the bottom, if you can see, 1 inch there, and I'm actually going to mark from there to the bottom about the length of the bag, which will be, let me work my mathematics out and I'll get back to you later on that. I think it should be 24 inches actually, 24 inches from there to the middle. Yeah, okay. So now that we've got the both sides ironed, yes, I can eyeball because I've done quite a few bags for Seva UK now, so I've got an idea what an inch looks like, what a half inch looks like. So for me, it's a little bit quicker. And what I'm going to do, perhaps just to show you, is put pins in. So for you, that's it, we're nearly there. So maybe if you're a beginner, you can actually put pins in at the top there. So when you're actually sewing there, the pins don't get in the way. So but 3 pins should be fine. One either end and one in the middle should hold the creases in place. Okay, so we got this. The next thing, so before I do this, before I do the tunnels, what I need to do is, or what you need to do is, the edging needs to be overlocked. I haven't got an overlocker, so what I've done is zigzagged it beforehand just to save a little bit of time. So this helps all the stray cotton stay in place. So this is a zigzag on both sides of the raw edges, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down, and all the way down before any sort of hemming takes place. So everything is zigzagged, raw edges are zigzagged on both sides. So here we are. Okay, I'm going to actually pin the other side as well, just to show you quickly, for the purposes of this video. So with this social isolation, we've got hundreds of volunteers working for different organisations making things, and I think all the volunteers deserve a round of applause for giving up so much of their time to make these. And Seva UK has been brilliant in delivering lots of services to healthcare, to food banks, and lots of other things. So these are the both sides. So next thing is, so we got the both raw edges zigzagged already. I'm folding this. Now the best way to see where the folds are equal is to fold it and cut a little, make a little cut or a notch. So just at an angle, just a thing, so you know where to fold. So there we go. Okay. Now next thing, let's switch my iron on. Make sure before you use any material, you wash it, and so it's pre-shrunk, it's clean, it's sanitized, and the color doesn't run. So what I'm going to do next is, on the one side, I'm going to seam from the top to all the way to the bottom. On the other side, where the drawstring, we will put the drawstring in, I'm going to start a seam from where the fold comes in. So it should be from there to there, it should be 24 inches to the bottom of the fold, starting the seam from there to the bottom. And the next thing we'll do is fold this material like this on both sides, put a seam across, make a little U-turning, and on the other side to neaten the edges up so the cord doesn't get stuck in these, or the threads don't come loose or anything like this. So let's get started. I will have to adjust my camera again and move around again. I really apologize for this. Let's get going. Okay. So hopefully you can see me and you can see my machine. Right. I'm going to start off first of all on the right hand side. Before turning any edges, this is the right hand side where all the zigzag is. So I'm going to start from where this fold is on both sides. So from there. This is where the fold finishes, so I'm going to start seam from there. Let's get started, and hopefully you find that this is easier way to make a bag and you are inspired by this to help volunteer and make some more bags. I've really enjoyed making them. I've been making other things as well for the NHS, which I will show you later. Right, let's get started. So forward stitch, back stitch to make sure the stitch is secure. And what you need to do is actually relax the material a little bit so it doesn't slip. So a quick machine there. Hold on to the material. So cotton material is what we're looking for bags, for scrubs or for anything else. Obviously hygiene is very important, so this is why we're washing and sanitizing the materials or anything else we make that goes into hospitals, healthcare centres, GP surgeries, care homes or any frontline services. Now our bags are big enough to accommodate uniforms that may be a little bit heavier, so this is why these are a bit bigger. People do use other sizes, fat quarters and so on, but this size actually accommodates all uniforms, even the heavier ones, so it's the right size. So coming onto the other side now. So this one I made, and you can see that there's still an opening there. So I've seamed it across. On the other side, I'm going to unravel all the pressings we've done there and start the seam from the top. It's very hard trying to work from the back side, from the back of the material. Okay, let's start. Reverse stitch the skew and then stitch all the way. Like I said, relax the fabric so that it doesn't slip or anything. After a few practices you do get faster on these bags, and they're quite a joy to make. Back stitch again, and that's it, we're there, and loosen the thread and cut the thread tidy as you go along. Right, the next part is very, very important. We're going back to the first side. This is where the opening is. So let me turn the material around. So this is where the seam is. If you can see, if we open the seam, yeah, this is where the seam is. So what we want to do is open this right to the top, turn this, and on the other side as well, and a seam across across this little opening thing and up this side to skewer these so they don't come loose and it looks neat and tidy. So let's begin on this. Okay, I will show you once I've done it, and then you can have a look. Okay, let's start the machine. Forward stitch, reverse stitch, and go to the edge of the seam, open up the seam flat out, stop the machine and raise the foot and a little bar across the seam, guide it, yeah, slowly, and then to work on the other side. Okay, I'm going to take these pins out, they're a little bit of in the way. So, right. Alright, so this is what it's like. This all contributes to neatness, neat edges, and also safety, so nothing gets caught in loose ends. So what I'm going to do next is, where we folded, I pressed and folded these, I'm going to fold this up to there, so 1 inch where we measured, and machine across at the bottom, very close to the seam, machine across there. Then the cord will go in this little tunnel. I will do a little bit more in a minute. So forward stitch and back stitch to skewer, and then holding on to where the press seams are, or if you've got pins in there, less so, very close to the edge. Not too close, but close enough. And I'll show you that afterwards. Right, now we're coming to the other side of the seam, and it's best to push it on one side. Holding on to the tapered material there, make sure everything's in place, so guiding it. Pressing the tunnel really helps a lot for the material to stay in place, and this makes quick sewing. So coming towards the edge here, and now is finished. I need to find my scissors and tidy up the few cottons from here. There we are. Oh, so many cottons here. So there we are. I'm going to take all the pins out. There's still one cotton remaining. So I'm going to take the remaining pins out and put them in my little box there. So now we turn this bag the right way around, and making sure that using the edge of a pencil to push the corners out, and again, so these are the two corners. This is the bottom part. As you can see, it's on a fold. There's no seam there, it's on a fold. And we've got the so this is a closed edge and this is the open edge. as you can see, we've got the little U stitching there, and we've got the little openings to put the cord through. So now let's go to how to make a cord. So you can use these kind of cords which are actually in jackets and things like that, coats. So I'm going to use this for the purposes of today. However, if you haven't got cord like this, you can make it at home. So what you need is some material like this, same material, about 2 inches wide. So find the middle, press all the way along to find the crease, and then fold 2 folds going towards the middle, and then fold again. So hope you can see this. Fold again, yeah? Let's get it straight. And then seam, so just down, all the way down. So basically, once the cord is ready, it's a little bit like this. So you can see that the seam is all the way down, and this is one of the cords I've used for another bag. So yeah, it's quite long. It's about 53 inches long. You can always cut it off if it is too long, but this is it. So I'm going to put this cord in. I've got this little thing, I'm not sure what it's called, but it helped me to put cords and things in quickly in there. So I'm going to insert this on the one side of the opening, push it and push the material from this side, and then pull from this side, get the first knot in, and that's it. Very quick this is. Here it is, the cord. Just don't take it. So what I like to do is I'd like to sort of put a little knot like that, single knot like that, and then make another knot towards the edges like this. Just wrap it around your fingers and bring it through to make a knot. I'm sure there's a name for it in first aid, but I'm not sure. I just call it a knot. Right, pull it on so it's all nice and secure. We have our bag is ready, and let me move this. See, okay, and just pull from the side, and here it is. It's ready. I don't know whether you can see it from a distance. So this is ready. So that's one ready. I've got a few others already that I have made earlier on, and this is one of those again. This is made from a duvet cover, so it's quite pretty. It's quite long, and I've pressed it and it's all nice and neat. It's been washed and it's tidy. So I'm going to put this. Now another thing is I had some spare material left over, small pieces. So what I did was made some shoe bags. So hopefully size 10, this fits up to size 10 shoes. Now they're not very big. Let me have a look. This is sort of a ready, 12-inch ready, and about 17.5 inches in length. This is the spare material I had, and it's exactly the same principle as making the wash bag. So there's been a lot of need for these shoe bags as well, so when the healthcare workers take the shoes off, the uniforms off, they've got somewhere to put these in. I hope you are inspired by my video, and we'll have a go and find out that these bags are really easy to make. If once cut, they take about 10 minutes to make. So anyway, stay safe, and thank you to all the volunteers again who are working hard, using the machine, using the resources, cottons, threads, buttons. And thank you for everybody who's donated the materials to us as well to make all these items that benefit our National Health Service, our frontline workers, our health workers who are doing so much for us. Thank you very much.